Hello, my name is Johnny, and welcome to another Marvel Character Talk video. Today we're going to look at my two-gun kid collection, Silver Age from Marvel, the early to mid-1960s. If you'd like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, reply, and share. I'm going to be covering Two-Gun Kid, Rawhide Kid, and Kid Colt. I did an overview video about a year or so ago, and now I'm going to look at the covers for each individual one, starting out with this one. This one has less covers that I like, so I have less of them, but they've got some really good ones. This one is my favorite, I believe, that I have. This is Jack Kirby artwork. Really cool looking. Look at the size of them. See the kid in the hands of a savage giant. Don't dare miss the thrills of Nothing Can Save Fort Henry. He has superhuman strength, and he's caught me. What can I do now? 12 center. September. This is probably 64. With the cover corner there, you can see it's very much like the Marvel superheroes. Jack Kirby did a little bit in this, but they were mainly drawn by Dick Ayers and others. And Stan Lee wrote a little bit or plotted some of them. And a lot of them were written by his brother, Larry Lieber, his younger brother. And that Larry Lieber is still with us today as I'm filming this, 2022, still around. He was never in the limelight, but he did a good job. He drew some Spider-Man annuals. And then had a long run on Westerns, and among other things that he did. So he was a writer and an artist. Let's look at this next one. This one's got a kind of a moody looking cover. The Purple Phantom. Kid has to find a way to battle a ghost or lose his life trying. Don't miss the mystifying case of the Purple Phantom. Marvel Comics Group proudly presents one of the greatest Western heroes in a tale to hold you on the edge of your seat. He sees me. He's coming this way. But what good are bullets against a phantom? So that one's a really cool one. It's been a while since I read these. And in these, usually there's more than one story. It isn't like the superhero ones where it's one long story. Usually there's one, the cover story, which is longer, and then one or two shorter stories. Here's Goliath. Steadily menace the kid has ever faced a bad man called Goliath. Look at the size of him. All of Tombstone trembles at the sight of Goliath, the brute who has sworn to beat the two-gun kid. And if you're familiar with the early Silver Age Marvels, especially the Fantastic Four, you'll recognize the way they have all the blurbs on there and the call-outs and all of the ballyhoo on the cover. Very good. I believe that's another Kirby cover, and this one I think too. This one and that one where they started to have sort of like superhero type things where they had a little bit of powers. The Hurricane. One sip of the Indian potion and the most dangerous outlaw of the West turns into Hurricane, the fastest drawer of all time. All I need is to take one swallow. And now bring on the two-gun kid. Look at him. Sort of like a purplish brown with lightning bolts. This is it, kid. You drew both your guns before I could even move. My goodness, how can the kid beat a gunman who is unbeatable? Look at him with that multi-arm fast speed. You take on Quicksilver. This one's got to be a Kirby cover. Look at this one. Moving on, they have less blurbs, just a little bit there. Blazing action. Two guns against Geronimo. Very nice indeed. Look at this cover. Look at that artwork and inking. Great stuff. And this one's a classic. And it's also one of the time period where they had the Mims Wants You. That's Marvel's Club, Merry Marvel Marching Society. I've done video on that. That was their first club. See the kid go wild as his guns bark for vengeance. Greatest adventure of the bravest gunfighter of them all. 3 of the most dramatic and perishable words in the history of the Old West. Remember the Alamo. Number 75. This one would be great to get in a high grade, Silver Age, 9 point something. Look at that Kirby artwork and the coloring here. Reminds me of this time period. There was the Sands of something, Sergeant Fury cover, Sands of the Sahara, that came out around this time with great coloring and so forth too. So that's a very excellent one. This is cool. Moving on in time. 77 issue. This might be 1966. And look at this. They've got the Panther will get you if you don't watch out. Look at that. It's like a prototype Black Panther. He's got a gun because it's the Old West. Look at the coloring on there in his face. Very cool. And then this one, look at this one. This one really jumps in time. Another year, like 67, issue 88, The Revenge of the Rattler. He's back. I don't have his first appearance, but look at him. Very much looking like a superhero, supervillain in that outfit. Plus a busting bonus. The Two-Gun Kid Strikes Back. So we've got 2 stories here. Here it is. Signed, Ogden Whitney. Look at that. Very cool indeed. Alrighty. So that's a look at some Two-Gun Kids. We'll get to the other kids in a future video. Kid Cold Outlaw and the Rawhide Kid. Thank you for watching. More Silver Age goodness to come.